Welcome to the second episode of Long Tail Programming with Shyamal Chandra. This is the second episode in our weekly series of topics involving the Swift programming language and SwiftUI. Today's topic is going to be the benefits of using custom view modifiers with SwiftUI. Now, I went across the web and I looked at a bunch of videos and I saw lots of material on custom view modifiers. Now, why is this so exciting? Because it is an advanced topic that makes you think differently about Swift and SwiftUI, especially. Because first of all, you want to make sure you modularize, you make it reusable, scalable, stylize, make it parameterized, compressed, centralized, readable, and self-documented with a hierarchical scalability, with drill down scalability. And you can override your changes with another modifier before applying custom view modifier. So the interesting thing is that these things like views and modifiers are exciting because you have these containers that are on this view, okay? And then you have these modifiers that modify the attributes of these containers. Okay, and so what's really exciting is that if you want to make things so you can reuse them, you can make a modular and reusable with using object-oriented programming and normalized modifiers. It's really exciting to use the custom modifier attributes or capability in Swift UI. Now, why is this exciting? Well, earlier, people put all the attributes after each container using their modifiers, a list of modifiers, and they keep on repeating the same thing over and over again. This is properly known as, repeating or redoing things multiple times, or having redundancy in your code. You don't want redundancy, you want modularity and reusability. So you want a more compressed style of representing these set of modifiers. Now, why is this exciting? Because just like CSS with the HTML and JavaScript, this allows you to just apply one keyword to your particular view or container, and then you get a stylization that's different than any other. And you can override it by having before or after a set of modifiers that are specific for that particular container. Now, this gets really exciting when you have large-scale applications and you want to repeat the same thing over and over again. That's where the reusable comes into play. And modularity is good because you can add two different custom modifiers together. And also, kind of like the type def with the struct, you can have your own extension with view modifier. And it's really exciting. There's two different ways of doing it. First of all, you can have the modifier, and then you can have the exact modifier name in there, or you can extend views, and then you can add a new function that takes care of the whole process and allows you to parameterize it with different types of variables. And then you have your default variables built in there. Now, why is this scalable? It's scalable because it allows you to have more information on the screen in a compressed format. So you can put your logical if-then statements, your case statements, all that stuff in there. So you can not worry about or have some toggle switch or have some set of decimal list of decimal choices. So you can switch between multiple views and then animate it without scrolling down the screen for a large amount of styles for every single container. Now, this is really good for stylization. You can do all sorts of fancy stylizations and not worry about how many number of lines you're getting. That's why the styled portion is really exciting. It's just like a CSS. You can put all these variables in there, and once you put them, you just have to refer to that particular style, and then you're done. Okay, and and then you can put it into a file where you can call it from a centralized point of view. So you can attach that file no matter what application you're working on. Have a set of normalized, standardized look and feel for your UX, especially when you're doing SwiftUI for a particular type of brand of applications that are supposed to look the exact same, regardless of what they're doing, what they're achieving, what their goals are. Readability, it makes it easier to read your code. Now, if I know that this is this type of style, then I can easily infer, go back to that style file number. Now, if it's an individualized style, it's hard to scale it in my head, you know? It's very hard sometimes if you do not modularize, you don't functionalize, you don't compartmentalize these stylizations, these custom view modifiers, set of view modifiers, then it gets very complex and difficult to debug different things, and it takes you away from the creative code, which is really exciting itself, which could be delegates or in UI kit, or in this case callbacks in this event-driven type of programming. And the readability gets so good because you can see all this compression, and then you drill back and drill up, and you can see all sorts of abstraction. You can say, well, what if I do this? What if I do that? It gets really exciting. The self-documented is good because you put a name to all these different styles. You can choose from a series of different modifiers that most people don't even use. Most people just select the very bare minimum, and they get their Swift product out, or SwiftUI product out, which is just a UX manager, while Swift is the real programming language that you can use in playgrounds. You can use in Swift playgrounds. You can use in the ordinary UI kit or app kit or Cocoa. And the hierarchical side about it is really cool because you can have something like, you can override this particular custom view modifier with another one and add more things. You can have a abstract to concrete. You can have a bunch of protocols, and then have these view modifiers follow these protocols. Very similar to functions, in programming. It's very similar. And the drill down scalability is good with hierarchy. So you can have all sorts of cool, very good, well-written code that can last for a long time. It might not be easy to understand first or wrap your head around, but you'll eventually get to it. Okay? And you can also override your changes to a modifier before applying the customized view modifier. So this gets really exciting, And you can do all sorts of cool tricks. And this kind of gets you to parameter sweep all the possible view modifiers that can customize how your containers or widgets look on the view, on the view that's used or for SwiftUI. So that's it. This is the second episode of Long Tail Programming with Shyamal Chandra here from Pittsburgh, Kansas. Thank you. Bye-bye.